6:01 on the day after.
The day after is right. We've got so much to catch you up on. A lot of folks, it was a sleepless night for them. For us, we managed to sleep. So we're going to bring you up to date on everything you missed. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erika Hayes. And the final popular vote total is still being calculated. At this hour, President Obama is leading 50% to 49. And here's how the race turned out in South Carolina. Mitt Romney carried the Palmetto State with over 55% of the vote. You may remember South Carolina backed Romney's GOP rival Newt Gingrich during the primaries. South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley did not face re-election this year, but she did take time to go to the polls yesterday. The governor campaigned heavily for Mitt Romney in several battleground states.
The race for North Carolina governor turned out to be a very tough battle between Republican Pat McCrory and Democrat Walter Dalton. Yeah,
McCrory, though, is your projected winner at this point. The North Carolina lieutenant governor race is still too close to call this morning. Right now, Republican Dan Forrest has a 15,000 vote lead over Democrat Linda Coleman. U.S. House District 7 is a close one. Mike McIntyre, has a slight lead over David Rouser. Well, some voters had to deal with more than the long lines at the polls yesterday. Take a look at this, where people in Burke County, North Carolina saw snow Tuesday. There was about an inch on the ground by around noon, but election officials say didn't impact voting too much. They estimated Burke County had an 80% turnout at the polls. Well, tens of thousands of you voted yesterday, and hundreds, perhaps thousands of Eastern Carolinians worked the polls. A question on the South Carolina ballot this year asked you whether you wanted to change the state constitution and the job of the lieutenant governor. Well, there's the saying, it's better late than never, right? Well, that's the case for a 106-year-old woman from the upstate who voted in her very first presidential election yesterday. Take a look at Gladys Miller. She's been alive for 19 presidencies now, and she's had the chance to vote in 15 of them, but she didn't. Miller, though, changed her mind recently when her friend stopped by her house a few weeks ago.
Well, I was sitting up there one day, we was talking about voting. So then she said she wanted to register to vote.
Hey, there you go. Yesterday, they went straight to the front of the line. No questions asked. Gotta respect this, this lady. Miller's friend had to help her get through the process. Finally, though, after almost a century, Gladys Miller got a chance to cast her ballot. Let that be a lesson to everyone who thinks, hey, I don't need to vote. Right. You know, she sees the importance now, and that's good.
I think she was just too busy taking care of some folks or whatever. And you see there,
a lot going on.
Yeah, she didn't look like it was that big of a deal. I mean, it was a big deal, but not that big of a deal.
Hey, if you're still kicking at 106, you can do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. 5:40 now, ahead in business news.
But temperatures will only make it to the mid-50s for today.
All right, Martha, thanks. Are we hearing boos up in the booth? They're not happy about it. Thanks for joining us, folks, for News 13 this morning.